Hi Aquarius, welcome back to my channel, Karma Fox. I am doing your weekly reading for June. I hope everybody's well. I am going to take a quick second, Aquarius, to remind you that this is a general reading. It may not resonate with every Aquarius out there. So if it's not resonating for you, you can check your other signs and placements, see if your messages are there. Keep in mind that the energies can reverse. So if it is resonating, get in where you fit in. But as always, Aquarius, please don't force yourself into a reading that's not for you. Spirit, can I have the energy of the sign of Aquarius? Aquarius. All right, Aquarius, you are starting out with the Ace of Wands. You have the Page of Wands in the reverse, and you have the Two of Cups reversed. Interesting. So I do feel like something here has ended. Something here is ended and something is beginning. So I feel like whoever you had this ending with, you're not currently talking to. You may even feel like they've been rather spoiled in the way that they are behaving. But it seems like there's like a lack of passion that's here. And I do feel like with this ending, there's also some kind of new beginning. It could have been a beginning that you were feeling the passion in as well. So let's see who's in your energy. Show me who's in Aquarius energy. All right, so we have the King of Swords in the reverse. We have the Eight of Swords in the reverse. And we have the Queen of Swords in the reverse. Wow. So this person that's in your energy, I feel like this is somebody who is, you know, pretty unbalanced right now. They're angry. There's been some deceitful energy. There is a cutting out. It's like somebody has cut the other person out. I feel like it's this person. This person's coming across as being very angry, acting like they just don't care. Like they're freeing themselves from this. And it's done in a very, like, it's not done in a very kind manner. It's done in a cutting, mean kind of manner. So let me see the energy between you and this person. Now, you could be dealing with another Aquarius or a Gemini or a Libra. It's very obvious to me that they feel like it's your fault. So let me see the energy between Aquarius and this person. Ace of Pentacles. And the Six of Cups. Okay, so this is somebody it looks like you've known for a while. You could have known them even as far back as childhood. But I feel like they're very angry with you. They're very upset. They're basically saying you had some kind of new beginning. And I feel like you did. There's passion here. You have the Ace of Wands. You have the Ace of Coins. So you had some kind of a new beginning here. It could have been somebody that you knew from the past even. But this person is very angry, very upset. Let me see what's affecting this connection. Ten of Wands. There were a lot of problems here. You were feeling very overwhelmed, very burdened. And this person didn't seem like they cared. You felt like this person was immature. You could be dealing with a fire sign here. You don't have to be. But there were a lot of problems here. So let me see the outcome at the end of the week. Nine of Pentacles reversed. A sense of loss. Yeah, there's a sense of loss on both sides, actually. The way it appears to me, Aquarius, is that you ended something here with this person because you had this new beginning. that you feel is going to be very stable. It's like a gift from heaven. You're very passionate about this person, and you've kind of lost passion for the person that you were involved with. I see you ending that. I do see there's a sense of loss, but there were a lot of problems here. And so when you had the opportunity to have this new beginning, I feel like you kind of went for it. Now, this person over here in your energy is very angry. They feel deceived. They feel like, you know, so they're kind of fronting, basically, and they're not being completely honest. I feel like there's a lack of communication, but they're acting like they don't care, that they freed themselves from this, that they cut you out of their life, you know, because of all the problems and all the dishonesty. And it's clear that they are basically blaming you for this ending. But I feel like it's very complex. I don't feel like it's just that simple. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Knight of Cups. And that, my friend, is a love offer. So you may have received a love offer from elsewhere, and you made changes in your life. So let's clarify. Spirit, why is the Ace of Wands here for Aquarius? Yeah, it's an offer. Page of Pentacles. It's a new person. The Chariot in reverse. I feel like you got this offer. You weren't moving towards anybody. You were feeling very stuck. You were feeling stuck. You got this offer, and it started out as something very small, but it's grown. It's gotten bigger. Why is the Page of Wands in reverse? All right, we have the Seven of Cups reversed. We have the Ten of Pentacles. So this was a long-term relationship you were involved in with this person. And I feel like you felt like you didn't have choices. There was, you became very, how do I word this? You became very clear that family and friends and long-term responsibilities and money, all of this was keeping you involved in this. I feel like you felt sort of bogged down, overwhelmed, like you were just, it was too much, is the way it feels. And then you got this love offer. You had this new offer, this person that came in. Could have been even somebody that you may have known for a while. It doesn't have to be, but I do feel like it was like a breath of fresh air for you. Why is the Two of Cups in reverse for Aquarius? The Moon, Ace of Swords, and the Three of Wands. Yeah, so there is dishonesty here. There are secrets here. I do feel like that's what ended this relationship. But I think that it also, this new connection here is exactly what you were waiting for. Yeah, I feel like you ran into somebody here, Aquarius, that you had been waiting all your life for. And I feel like this person gave you this love offer. And they could be younger than you. They don't have to be. But this is somebody that you kept things under wrap for a while. You may have been dishonest with this Ace of Swords in the reverse. Because there's secrets and there's lies here. I feel like you may have been waiting to, you know, end the connection between you and this person. Now, let me see their energy. Why is this King of Swords in the reverse? Seven of Pentacles, the Strength card in the reverse. Yeah, this was their worst fear, actually. This was their worst fear. This is somebody who feels like they heavily invested in this connection. They feel like they were very patient with you, and that basically their worst fear was realized. Yeah, this is somebody who could be, you know, they need to do some work on themselves right now. They need to invest in themselves. Let me see why the Eight of Swords is in reverse. It's too many. Why is the Eight of Swords in reverse? Yeah, they're big mad. The Emperor reversed and the Magician in the reverse. Yeah, this person feels like things spun out of control between the two of you. There was a lot of problems. They're basically saying you weren't faithful. They're very angry. This is somebody that feels like they were manipulated, that, you know, they had to free themselves from all of this, that you're manipulative, that you're over-controlling, that you were unfaithful. I mean, they definitely feel like you are the cause of everything that happened, although I can see that there are things that this person needed to work on within themselves as well. But they're basically saying, I am done with Aquarius, and I'm glad because Aquarius is at fault, and, you know, so they definitely feel that they are justified in freeing themselves from the connection. Why is the Queen of Swords in reverse? There does appear to be a lack of communication currently between you and this person. Yeah, they walked away. Eight of Cups and the Five of Wands. They walked away because they didn't want to be placed in competition with somebody else, somebody new. This is somebody who felt like they had to cut you out. They're very angry. They feel like you're dishonest, that you're controlling, that things didn't manifest because of your actions. Now, I'm not saying that, Aquarius. I'm telling you that's how this person is feeling. Let's look at the energy between Aquarius and this person. So they're basically saying they had no choice but to free themselves because they're not going to be placed in competition with this new person. All right, we have the High Priestess in reverse. We have the Star card in reverse, and we have the Five of Swords. Yeah. So the situation between the two of you was unbalanced, and there was no healing that was taking place. There is this new person. This came out. It looks like there was some sort of sexual connection here as well. And I do feel like, you know, you're moving towards this new person. They've made this offer towards you, and I feel like this is that's the direction you're going. You feel like things between you and this person was unbalanced for quite some time. So I do feel that you have this new beginning that's taking place here. The person that's in your energy, I do feel like they invested a lot into this connection, that they were very patient with you, and that you just basically came in and broke their heart. I feel like this is somebody you have known for quite some time. I also feel like, you know, this is somebody who is fighting to win. So if there's a divorce here, you better gear up, because this person is very angry. If there is no like divorce or legal implications, this person is just so angry that, you know, they want to win at all cost. Yeah, I feel like, you know, they feel very betrayed. Let me see why the Ten of Wands is here between Aquarius and this person. All right, so we have Temperance in reverse. Again, the Nine of Coins reversed, and we have the Six of Swords. So I feel like both of you feel that the problems that are in this connection can no longer be healed. I feel like it was definitely unbalanced. There are a lot of emotional ups and downs, and there were a lot of problems in the connection. I feel like for you, you feel like you have no other choice. You may have family or friends that has said, look, you need to kind of stay to yourself. You don't need to talk to this person right now. I do feel that there are losses. It does look like there could have been, for some of you, not everybody, it could have been a lot of financial implications to this, and it looks like there could be a significant financial loss as well. But again, it's like you felt like you had no choice but to, you know, take forward action because things were stagnant between you and this person. I do feel like there was some codependency in this connection. It was a long-term connection. Also be careful, because I do see you are surrounded by close friends or family. Be sure that there's not codependent energy in those relationships. I do feel like you feel a sense of loss, but I'm also seeing like you felt like you had to move forward. You felt like you had to act in the way that you did. Now, the person in your energy, again, they are very angry, and they are basically saying, I am free of Aquarius. They were dishonest. They were not faithful. They were manipulative. But I also feel like there wasn't an equal give and take in the connection. And I don't see that they tried to, really heal the connection either. It's almost like when things got really bad, they got angry and there was a big conflict. They were going to win at all cost. And I feel like they've walked away. They don't want to be in competition with anyone else. And they feel like this was chaotic. It was full of trouble. It was a lot of chaos. And so in order to control the situation, they're going to move forward. Yeah. So let me see the outcome. Show me the outcome at the end of the week for Aquarius. All right, so we have the World in reverse. We have the Six of Wands. And we have the Two of Pentacles. So if there's money that's being fought over, it looks like you may be successful, but it will be after a wait. I do see that there are things that are unresolved yet in this relationship between you and this person. There is definitely a sense of loss. There's definitely money that is at stake for some of you, not everyone. This is showing me you're going to have to wait for the success, but the success is coming. It's not going to be this week, but it is coming. There are things that are going to be revealed that are going to affect the success as well. And there's almost this guidance for you to kind of keep quiet. There's things that don't need to be talked about right now. So I do see you actually feeling successful. I do see you gaining everything that you have been waiting for. In this person's energy, I do see them still continuing to be angry, but, walking away from conflict, walking away from, being involved in third-party energies. This isn't going to happen this week. You're both processing a loss. There's definitely a loss that's here. Even if things weren't equal between the two of you, there's still loss here, and there's still a lot that's unresolved, and I feel like you're both trying your best to resolve that. I think you will successfully do that. I think that the person that's in your energy, they're kind of weighing up their pros and cons about, how to handle things, what to do. So it's a process that's here. Yeah, and look at that. Bottom of the deck is the Knight of Cups again. It's the Knight of Cups clarifying the Knight of Cups. I feel like you got this unexpected love out of the middle of nowhere, and it has really just uprooted your life. But maybe it needed to be uprooted because you were feeling very stagnant here, unable to move forward successfully. So, that love offer brought about a huge change. All right, I'm going to pull from the oracles. We're pulling for Aquarius. Any further messages for Aquarius? All right, we're going to go one more time, and if nothing comes, well, there we go. Let's see if anything else wants to come out. Ooh, now it's flying. All right, so we have miscommunication. We have you love me. And allow for time and space. All right, I hope that this has been helpful for you, Aquarius. If you have resonated with this reading, please hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe to my channel, and until I see you guys in your next reading, Aquarius, namaste.